Now, let me say this to the ladies. When it comes to the men, I guess one specific thing that you can look at is that when it comes to men, there are going to be men who, no matter what you do, are going to cheat. Okay, so we're not talking about them. There's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is wash your hands of it and realize that that's out of your control. Okay, and then there are men who, no matter what you do, won't cheat because they have a commitment to themselves and how they want to live their lives. And not that they'll stick with you if you do the A, B, and C, but they'll get out of the relationship before they will run around on you because that's just their own personal hierarchy of responsibility and moral code of conduct. But there's a large swath of men in the middle who your behavior can help to either increase the chances or decrease the chances of their stepping outside the relationship. And I know there are thousands of videos and books that speak to this subject, but I think recognizing, first of all, when to pull the plug on those guys who will cheat no matter what you do, and I think not taking for granted those guys who won't cheat, because I know that women sometimes become complacent, and that may cause a woman to stray. Sometimes, particularly with younger women, there's this need to feel a chase. In every relationship, it seems like there's always one that becomes, one that chases the other, and I think that's the way life is. Somebody's always, and it may change throughout the course of a relationship, you know, the balance of power within a relationship. But I think that one needs to be careful of taking one's spouse for granted, even if that spouse won't step outside the relationship. I think that's important to maintain a healthy relationship so that it doesn't blow up at some other point later on in the relationship. And the people in the middle, I think you have to determine how much of yourself can you give away? How much of a concession can you make? This whole concept of relationships being 50-50, it's a fallacy. Same thing at work. Your coworkers and you are not going to work equally hard, and you may or may not get rewarded because you work harder. But you want to maintain a relationship with your job so you keep getting a paycheck. And I think a relationship that's even more important to realize is that you may give 60, they may give 40. And that too may change throughout the life cycle of a relationship. So I think being aware of that, setting one's expectations, if one can understand that and then say, I may be carrying more of the weight at this particular point for 10 years and maybe for 2 years they did whatever. But if you can set your expectations that I really need this person to try their best. Okay? And this is what you bought when you married this person or when you entered a committed relationship with this person, that you take this person, all of them, 100% of them, what come what may, for better or for worse. And as long as their attitude and their effort is there, that sitting like an accountant, counting, keeping score, bringing up in arguments old situations, there's just so many ways to sabotage one's relationship, and we can go on some of these things a little bit later. But I think as it comes to infidelity, I think that that we have to not plant seeds for that, not to, because some men, for instance, if the woman's making more than the man, some men, if the woman lords that over them, some men will, I won't even say it's passive aggressive, but it's not aggressive towards the wife, so I'm calling it passive aggressive, but they'll cheat in order to, even in their own minds, to take their wife down a peg. Okay? And I think that men, speaking to you guys now, that men sometimes will kind of be reactionary in their thinking towards women, because back in the day, as long as you provided food on the table and kept a roof over the family's head, that's all you had to do. Anything else you did was gravy. But those were the days when women weren't out in the workforce and they were at home all day. Today, women are out in the workforce, so you can't expect them to do equal work and then come home and take care of the house and you not participate. And then two, I think just the expectation of men, because rightly or wrongly, women today have a higher expectation of what they want out of a man. And we can argue the merits of that back and forth, but the reality is that's what you're dealing with. So if you want to keep your thing together, you need to work out an arrangement with your wife or your significant other about getting a clear understanding of what's realistic, what is a working relationship. And like I said, again, it may not be 50-50, but I think if both parties come to the plate every day with expectation that they may have to, you can't keep score, basically. You got to come to the plate every day just giving whatever it takes. And other folks outside of the relationship may look at it from the outside and have one opinion or another, but you really can't worry about that. And I think that would be, maintaining the health of your relationship is the best weapon against infidelity. And like I said, there are always going to be those guys, but that's discernment. That's another conversation. Discernment of knowing, even before you get into something, that you're dealing with somebody who, no matter what you do, whether it be male or female, that they're not going to honor and respect what you're doing and how hard you're working in a relationship. And I think at that point, you should know that's I can't really teach that in a video, how to read people. That's life. And maybe we will try to talk about some of those things about how to tell the good from the bad. Some people just seem to get it and have always gotten it since 16 years old or 18 years old. And some people 40 years old still can't figure out who to deal with and who not to deal with. You can just tell within the first 5 minutes of their conversation that they really don't get it, which is unfortunate, which is very unfortunate. A lot of unnecessary pain and whatnot from that. So, but anyway, that's enough. I want to keep these kind of short. Love you guys. Take care. Be blessed. Bye-bye.